Hey everybody, welcome back to Supercard, and damn it, I was trying to get it on the screen. There's a countdown whenever I record. I'm sure it'll come back up in a second. So Ring Domination will be tonight, and I think it'll be the next card that shows up. It's going to be a throwback rock, so once again, another left arrow. But you know what, that's okay. I don't know how long this video is actually going to be because I need to take a nap. It's almost 7:30 where I am right now, and I got to be at work in a couple hours. I got the overnight shift tonight, so that means I'm pretty much going to be able to finish this while I'm at work. I'm going to try to, and then when I get home in the morning, I'll just record and that'll be it. So it's the semifinals. We got knocked out 2 in a row. That's a shame. But yeah, unfortunately, that's how it goes. So we're gonna get 2 legendary cards out of this. John Cena. None of these cards really do anything, and a third Natalia. So yeah, none of these matter because even in my Road to Glory deck, my last 2 slots are legendaries, The Rock, and then the rest are event cards and Survivor Pros from there. So it doesn't really matter to me. But we are gonna start one right away. I'm going to make it a little bit different though. I want to change one of my teams around. So what I'm actually going to do, as soon as this loads up, and my arm is bleeding now, I'm going to switch around my tag team. I'm going to take Jack Swagger out of this slot. Let's put him here. As good as Bret Hart is, it's not a compatible tag team, and I need to change a support card as well. I'm actually going to put Goldust in there, maybe to lower it a bit more. And let's actually change this support card as well, because of course we don't need this anymore now that we've got, well, that's cool, it shows like plus 98. So yeah, looks good enough to me. Let's begin this King of the Ring. If I lose in this one as well, I'm probably just going to try putting in my normal deck, or just go back to doing them late at night, which it sucks because I can only do them late at night. When Survivor Tier first came out, I would start one at 12 in the afternoon, so it finished around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I would start another one, which would end as soon as that was done, which would end about 5 or 6 o'clock my time 2 days later, and then by the time that one ended would be, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock at night. I could start another one right away, so it would be 4 back-to-back King of the Rings, just at different times. It worked out well at the beginning because I was placing well, I was moving through. There were a lot of bots, but now that there's more humans, it's actually gotten quite a bit tougher. But yeah, we'll get through a couple of games because I really should and need to nap before I head off to work tonight, because on an overnight shift, if it's busy, it's fine. I have no problem staying awake throughout the entire shift. I could stay awake the whole time. But when there's not much to do and it's slow, I'm telling you, it is painful to try and stay awake through that whole thing, because there's nothing worse than, as great as it sounds, there's nothing worse than nothing to do at work, because it's boring. You go to work to do work. I didn't apply for the job to do nothing. I applied to the job to work there, to get some experience, learn some things, not sit on my ass and get paid, as great as that sounds. If I wanted to sit on my ass and get paid, I'd apply for one of those jobs where NASA wants you to stay in bed for like two months straight or something, or like 2 weeks, and they pay you for that. I would apply for that if I really wanted to do nothing. But that just sounds depressing. So it looks like the snow is finally slowing down in Canada. We had, well, in Ontario at least, we had that bad night a couple nights ago. It looked like it was going to snow a little bit earlier today. I went to go see a friend. It was half an hour of driving. He's dog sitting his family's 3 Australian shepherds, all from the same litter. So they're 2 girls and a boy. So the boy with his 2 sisters, And I'm telling you, Australian Shepherds just look like tiny bears. And we took them out for a walk, and they just like to get into everything. There's still a lot of snow on the ground, so they're running through the snow. They're slipping through the cracks in the ice. There was this, I couldn't tell you how many streams we walked past, and they had to jump into every single stream and just roll around in the water, so they got really dirty, and they didn't want to be cleaned either when we brought them home. It took so long just to even get them out of the car. For some reason the trunk wouldn't open, so we had to lower down the back seats. These dogs are covered in mud, and they're just wet, and we were hoping they would just jump over the back seat and get outside, but they just didn't want to do it for some reason. They were very happy in the back of the car, which that was annoying for us, just because the snow was starting to come down, and we just wanted to get the dogs out of the stupid car. They wouldn't, and then when they got inside, they didn't want to be wiped down with a towel, nothing like that. So last night I did upload a NBA my NBA 2K16. That's not going to be up as often as Supercard is up. I try my best to make this daily. Of course, there are some things that get in the way, like we had Christmas last week, so that took up some time. I could have done something, but I wanted to spend time with family and stuff like that. So my NBA, I don't know how often that's going to be. Like, if this was any other night, I'd probably record an episode for that as soon as I'm done this, but I've got a nap, so I can go to work. It would have been a lot different. Plus, I'm probably going to play that while I'm at work tonight. I think I'm almost up to like 100 games played or something, and I've got a decent team right now. I got myself into super rare tier, and I was glad to see it. It's not like Supercard where if you're, maybe it's different in super rare tier, but there was no rare plus or rare plus plus. I just went straight into super rare. I don't know if that's just because it was rare to super rare did that. Of course, I'll find out when I move up. But man, making a pro card seems tough. Like, I think I've got a couple rookie contracts, and I had 2 of the same uncommon card. I figured, okay, great, I can make a pro, sign a pro, and use the contract. And then I see, you need to have 3 other cards of the same one. I'm like, man, like, how hard is it to make like legendary pros? But it does seem like a fun game, so I'll probably do some of that, and it runs a lot smoother when I'm recording on here. And so I'm pretty sure my theory is right. Like, all these backgrounds in Supercard that are moving, I'm sure that takes up a lot of CPU usage, or just that's probably why it is as slow as it is. It is faster now that because I changed some settings, but the basketball one, it's not all these, like, none of this constant moving in the background. There's none of that, so that's probably why. Hey, we end on a reset. There's an ultra rare. I think that's the first time I've actually gotten the ultra rare Xavier Woods. But that's actually going to be it for today. I gotta go take a nap. Thank you all for watching, and please I forgot the contest. I realized I didn't actually give an end date for when the contest ends. What day is it right now? It's Wednesday. So 1 week from now, which I believe is the 6th, next Wednesday at midnight, is the end of the contest. Of course, I'll put the video in the description of the video. You need to leave everything on. That's why I'm not talking about what the giveaway is. And leave it on there. The contest ends next Wednesday, which I believe is the 6th. Wednesday night at midnight. So whatever, as soon as it hits midnight on the Wednesday, the contest is over, and I will be picking from there. Thank you all for watching, and please take care.